This is Knockout Radio, pre-chat.
We are live, Randy. 5, 4,
I
3,
can read.
2, 1.
All right, so here we go. This will be our I hated the word podcast. I used to think that was a overused word. Then the word legend, which I've said is the most overused word, especially in mixed martial arts, but probably the world. And then Matt has continued to use a word that is now being overused more than the word legend,
Which is podcast.
which is talent.
I think you're going to say podcast.
No, podcasts are cool. I mean, this is the first one. If we're really up and running right now, we do have the chat room open. So we're going to give away. I'm sorry. Did I say we? I'm going to give away some King of Violence swag from my man Chuck Liddell. He sent me a box a little while ago to give away. The first King of Violence swag I gave away was to John Gruden, who has worn it at least on 2 different occasions as he opened one of his boxes and when he was at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers training camp when the Titans were in town. And we're just going to ramble for a little bit. We're going to see if anybody's going to jump on and jump in and tune in and maybe jump in the chat room, and that's how you're going to register. So I just ran through all that, and nobody's listening.
Out of all the great things that I do for the show and the program.
Name one.
Well, like all of them, but let's just go with
no. Hold on. Before you say all of them, name one. Oh, I know one. I know one.
Go ahead.
You leave every Wednesday at 3:00.
That's true, but what would you say the greatest thing that I do? Like, what's the one thing that drives you the craziest about our relationship? Like, what's the one thing that makes you nuts?
You breathing.
Well, in addition to that, when you give me a gift, I always re-gift it.
I know, that's why I've stopped. That's why I'll never give you anything again.
I've already gifted my Chuck Liddell King of Violence t-shirt to a good friend of mine who was moving back to Dallas, and he saw me wear it, and he was like, bro, that's the sickest shirt I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, you got to have it then. Like, Chuck Liddell signed my forehead with a Sharpie, so I don't need a t-shirt. I've already got a statue of Chuck. I've got this MMA bobblehead, and I've got the memory of him signing my forehead. So if you got an extra King of Violence shirt laying around, Randy,
nope,
I will gladly take the next one.
Nope, you will never get another gift from me ever again.
Come on, bro.
Ever.
But speaking of memorabilia, I did want to upload. I did a little show prep ahead of this show today, and we were talking about yesterday. You and I were speaking about this guy in regards to memorabilia being sold. This is Paul, and in his marketplace description, he puts, "I bought the gloves specifically to have them signed by Muhammad Usman and Rashad Evans at the grand opening of the UFC gym," and then he posted it on Marketplace to sell the items for profit.
Yep.
So does that change anything for you, Randy, that he was upfront and honest about what he was doing, how he went about it? Wasn't a scam, wasn't a fake signature, but just being transparent. Do you support that initiative?
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all. I've never had a problem with all of the vultures, like we talked about the other day, that stand outside or stood outside the elevators. They've spent hours. They spend 8, 10, 12 hours back in the day waiting for somebody to come down the elevator. No, that's their job. So no, I'm okay with it. It's a give and take. And all I said, at least if I remember, is the autographs typically at events are not as good as paying events. They're not as good coming off an elevator as they would be on this particular case at the grand opening of that particular gym.
Now, do these autographs in question, Usman and Evans, are they more valuable today, or were they more valuable at the time when he was champ, like Rashad when he was the world champion? Does autographs fluctuate in value based on period of time?
Yeah, no, I absolutely. And yes, Rashad's autograph while he was champion would probably be worth more. It would be worth more to sell it then. And that's why people always say you want to be careful when you buy, when you sell. And to be honest, here's a perfect example. I went to the bank the other day and I bought a savings bond or a CD, or I opened an account, or one of the three of those. And when I opened it the very next day, interest rates went higher. But I'm locked in, so I can't do anything. It's the same thing. When do you sell? Ricky Henderson, I bought those rookie cards back in the day for $15 a piece. They spiked, then they went down. Then unfortunately, when he passed away, they went back up again. So yeah, it definitely matters when you get it, what you get it on. I have a really cool Michael Jordan autograph on a Orlando Magic program. It's not a program, but it's like a magazine. Some people say it's more valuable. Some people say it's less.
Okay.
So yeah, no matter what you get it on, don't put his shorts. Put the shorts that'll be in my studio in the next 10 days. Put those bad boys.
Well, but that's the question is right now on Marketplace in Florida region, you can buy the Cosmot autograph shorts for $450 PSA authorized. Do these shorts go up in value if he wins the championship tonight from Duplessis in Chicago? Do the value go up or down after tonight?
Well, first, they're not fight worn, correct?
I don't see any stains on them or blood on them, so I would assume these are not. But then again, it's a guy who's only been punched like twice in his last 4 fights, so he doesn't really take much damage when he gets inside the octagon.
I don't know anything for sure. I don't know if $400 is overpriced right now for that autograph. And it's just an autograph on a piece of memorabilia. The memorabilia matters as well. But if they are honestly worth $425 now, then yes, if he wins later tonight at UFC 319, they would be more valuable, typically.
Can I borrow $419?
Well, they could go up to $430.
All right.
And you know, don't kid yourself. But across the world, that may be higher, maybe better, maybe. I just got a text message. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Take a guess the text message I just got. It revolving around our podcast.
Why are you so dark?
I don't think I'm dark, am I?
Well, your room's dark. I mean, I got the ring lighting behind the camera. I've got a brighter background. So,
well, I got that too. I just haven't set it up yet. But here's the text I just got. You and Matt should go live during the fights. You'll get a ton of subscribers.
All right, let's go.
How do we do it? We're live.
How do we do it? No, this is exciting, Randy, because look, as you know, we can now bring fight content to the channel all times, 7 days a week, on the go, on the road, at events. And, you know, as we get more sponsors and this thing grows more, we can bring this to bigger and better events and be on site doing what we used to do back in the day.
Right.
Because I really don't think there's another podcast format out there that can do what you and I do. I mean, one, you have the history. You've been there since the first one. You know the history. You have relationships with people that the common fans today don't even know were a part of the organization. They don't understand. Actually, that brings me to my next point, Randy. I have suggestions for Dana White. Raise my hand. I need a bell.
Dana White's not here.
Call on me. I got a suggestion for Dana. Ready? At the White House lawn, when the UFC goes next year, we should make it open like the Olympics. Every country behind me on the wall, they bring their best fighter forward, and we see which fighting style, which country has the best fighter, and it's settled at the White House lawn. So, I mean, if you want weight class, is fine, but every fighter gets to represent their nation. So each country sends one person. I would assume you would send John Jones if you were going to send one for the USA. But then we find out who has the best fighting style. Like, is it the Israelis with the Krav Maga? Is it the Jiu-Jitsu with the Brazilians? Is it Keto? Is it whatever? Is it the noogie from the Netherlands? I don't know. We could literally create a global competition. Thoughts?
I'm sending a tweet out. Are they still called tweets?
I think it's X now.
Well, no, X is the name of the company, but are they still called tweets or is it called something different?
That's a good question. I don't know. But along that line, Randy, look at the camera when I tell you this, because I want to see your eyes and your reaction. And I want the credit to go to Knockout Radio when it happens. But even if they don't do that, where they bring a global competition to the White House lawn, I would like to see them bring back the original UFC shorts where each fighter gets to have their own sponsors on them. Hold on.
It'll never happen.
But every small business in every small community across the country can support their own fighters. They can get their company brand on the official White House lawn. And what builds small business in America better than our roofers, our construction workers, our blue collar people that made this sport what it is? And then it's a way for us to get their recognition on the White House lawn.
They're past that.
That's dope, bro. Come on. That's a great concept. Think about it. What would be better for if you were a roofer.
Tony is in the chat room, just so you know. Tony is in the chat room, and he said tweets. They are still called tweets. Okay. So I did tweet it out, and Tony is now eligible to win the swag that you will never, ever receive from me. I can't promise from anybody else. Well, and Chuck, because I'm going to make sure Chuck never sends you anything. But other than Chuck and myself, I guess you could somehow acquire one.
Chuck and I are homies. We're besties.
Could be a good idea. Could be a great idea, but it's an idea that'll never happen. They're never going to go back to that. And it'll just mean the UFC will be able to.
Oh, there's a non-smoking studio?
Correct.
How come? So I worked a shift at a pizzeria last night.
Yeah, I know. I would never go to that pizzeria. And if it wasn't you, I would call and get you fired.
Listen, and I said, I'm going to take a 15-minute non-smoke break. And they're like, why? I'm like, because the smokers take advantage of the system.
Well, that's true.
Smokers, always out back, always taking advantage. The non-smokers have to stay inside, have to work longer hours. They do more work, and they get the same compensation.
Yep.
And so I'm
going
to take a 15-minute non-smoke break.
How did the owner of the pizzeria like that you had that penis in your mouth last night while you were in the back around the pizza dough?
I didn't respect the restaurant when I owned it. Do you think I'm going to give a damn about anybody else? I'm going to be me at all costs, at all times, with unapologetically me.
Well, that's why I don't know what she would be called. My brother's stepson's wife. So what would that be?
Brother's stepson's wife. A mistake? I don't know.
Well, that's why she'll be my +1 July 4th at the White House.
Oh, dude, how can you go to the White House without me? I can pass Secret Service. I can pass the background check.
Yeah. No.
I've never been arrested. Although I probably should have been.
Yeah, I think Meredith has leapfrogged you.
Oh, come on now.
You just said you're unapologetic, that you're going to be you.
I'm always going to be me.
Even Tony says, don't take Matt.
That's why would he say that? I'm rocking the Orozco Elite game jersey. We're talking about Chicago, the Bulls, the iconic United Center, tonight's UFC 319. I had to rock the basketball jersey.
If we are on this long, I don't know how long I can put up with you today, but if we are on into the preliminary card, I may try to do something.
Okay. What time's the preliminary card start?
I think 8.
Oh, that's a long time.
Well, I mean, we could bounce off. We could come back. We could jump on if my good friend Gerald Meerschaert wins. I may call and try to get him on live after his fight.
Oh, that'd be dope. It'd be even more dope to get him to live stream walk into the octagon. Just have one of his boys take the phone and be like, "Hey, live stream knockout
Wes
radio."
Sims has done something similar.
Really?
Yeah. When Wes fought, I don't remember where it was. He was on the phone with me as he was walking to the ring.
Oh,
Another time,
DJ Tony. DJ Tony just reminded me. I do have a Michael Jordan jersey he just gave me. I know 23 jersey.
Well, good for you. Good for you and good for Tony.
He hooks me up, man. Like, I'm not this cool. Like, Tony keeps me fresh, man. He's got me a pair of Flight 4 Jordans. I wear them out. They got different color, like tongues. Like one's blue, one's red.
All right, so here's my question.
Yeah.
Why do you give the stuff I give you away, but you keep the stuff Tony gives you?
Because, look, it just depends on the situation. You know what I mean? Like if somebody truly is fanboying over a Chuck Liddell King of Violence shirt that they've never seen, like, wouldn't you want me to give that? Like, why would you want me to keep it for myself and be selfish? Like, it shows the support for the show and for the fight game and for Chuck. So, like, when people really like have a love or passion for something, like, I like to share that. If somebody's really excited about going to a Rays game and I got 4 tickets and I don't want to go, or I was going to go just because I didn't have anything else to do, then of course I'd rather them get it because they really care. They really want it. Me, I'm good either way. I could take it or leave it. I learned
my lesson. I learned my lesson. I had
But I will
4 tickets. I had 4 tickets for you for Monster Jam. I decided
I
to give
need
them
those.
to somebody else instead.
No, I need those. My wife needs those. That's a family outing. Like, those are different. Like Disney on Ice. Like, we do those things as a family unit. So you're hurting them, not me.
Well, all right. Then next time I'll give them 3 tickets.
That's fine. Do that. I'll drive the monster truck.
I'll consider that.
If you had a monster truck, what would your theme be? If you own the truck and you're like, okay, I'm going to build a truck, what theme would you go with?
Knockout Radio.
Okay.
Be a knockout radio. It'd be like my old van.
So you do a minivan. What kind of truck body would it be?
I didn't say I would do a minivan. I said I would do it like my old van.
Wrapped and, like, you know.
Yeah, wrapped with the fighters, and a lot of those fighters that were on then would be on my monster truck for sure.
We could get a staff zone van. Well, actually, we could get a staff zone to wrap the Gladiator. I mean, a Gladiator for like a knockout radio monster truck just makes sense.
I could probably get the okay for you to wrap at your expense the Staff Zone logo on your vehicle. I think he may do that.
All right. DJ Tony's asking, do you have any Rays Yankee tickets for this week? I would like an extra one if you have it.
Who are you asking?
You, the guy.
Well, no, like I've said, and luckily for you, there's only Tony listening right now. I will never give you anything ever again.
What if you give it to Tony and I just show up and I'm the beneficiary of being there?
But if I give it to Tony, you don't need a ticket because you're just going to try to BS your way in anyway. So why would you mooch off Tony?
I don't need to BS my way in. If I show up to Yankee Stadium with this jersey, this cigar, they're going to put me on the pitcher's mound.
You're an idiot.
Babe Ruth did it. The greatest baseball player of all time at the time. He smoked cigars and he hit bombs. That's what I do.
If you continue to say the word bomb, we're going to get banned.
I don't think so. I think we're past that as a society.
Do you know anything about tonight's card? Do you know any of the names that's on tonight?
It's in Chicago. Mm-hmm.
I know where it is. Do you know who's fighting? Do you have the fight card?
I do have the fight card. I do. It is. You want to start with the prelims?
Sure.
All right. Early prelims. Your first fight of the night is Alibi Idris from Kazakhstan versus Joseph Morales from the United States.
So would it be, we talked about this on the show, it wouldn't be racist. So what would it be if you're going to go with the American over the foreigner?
Prideful?
Is that allowed?
I think you can still root for your flag, right? I mean, But the flag doesn't mean what it used to mean to a lot of people, right? Hasn't changed over time.
What about the 2 canceled fights? There's been 2 canceled fights.
I was not aware of that.
King Green canceled the fight.
Really?
And Brian Battle, not only did Brian Battle come in overweight again, Brian Battle, who's been on Knockout Radio in the past, has now lost his UFC seat. So he's looking for employment. He's going to look for a fight elsewhere now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, when you play that weight game, it's as you know, it's a tough. You're doing it for the slightest advantage to make a different weight class than what you're supposed to fight at naturally. So
jumping back and forth. So Tony said it's like the Olympics. You go for your country. Yeah, you go for your country until there's a foreigner that you like better than your nationality that you don't know, you've never met, you don't like, whatever. So it's pick and choose, right?
It's like being a Yankee fan at a home Rays game.
Well, no, you're a Yankee fan. Are you saying that Tony roots for the Rays when the Yankees come to town?
No, never.
No,
never.
So I'm saying that's not what I'm saying. He's always a Yankee fan.
But there's more Yankee fans in Tampa than there are Tampa fans.
There's more every fan in Tampa than Rays fans.
Because that's America's team.
Who is?
The Yankees. Pinstripes, babe. Oh, it's Americans. Get out of here. That's the only baseball team that matters.
When was the last time they won the World Series? Tony, when was the last time they won the World Series?
Greatest franchise of all time, the 27 championships.
You can't argue that. That's unarguable.
It's championship or bust. There's no celebration. The Rays still consider their 2008 appearance in the World Series as something monumental. Like they're building statues over just arriving there. They didn't win it. The Yankees are like, if we don't win it, we don't even consider it a successful year. There's a difference.
They're not the only team. The Dodgers feel the same way. The Dodgers are a close, to that. But you're right. The Yankees is the greatest baseball franchise ever, and I don't know if that'll ever be matched. It'll take centuries for another team to win that many.
The Bulls, the greatest basketball franchise. The Cowboys, the greatest football franchise.
No.
And who's the best hockey franchise? The Kings?
Oh, no, Toronto, right? The team that can't get into the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm going to disagree with you about the Bulls.
What? Why would you do that? We're talking about Chicago. We're in, I don't know what Chicago, the Windy City.
Right.
Right? So tonight's all about Chicago, the United Center, and the legacy, the history of what was Michael
I know,
Jordan.
but you just said the Bulls are the greatest basketball franchise ever, and they're not.
Well,
they're not.
Okay, you're going to go with the Celtics?
The Celtics or the Lakers.
Yeah, but they didn't have Jordan.
That's true.
Jordan was the greatest basketball player of all time.
Well, you just say crap just to get started.
He's the best. Come on, it's the greatest thing to come out of Chicago.
He didn't come out of the Chicago.
He came out of
He
North
just
Carolina.
played in Chicago.
But he put Chicago on the map.
And D.C. And baseball in Alabama.
He even played for the White Sox. That guy's so Chicago. He didn't even leave cities to play a different sport.
Tony is trying to remind you when the Rays played the Phillies, and I was the most hated, not like anything's different now, media person in Tampa Bay because I was rooting for the Phillies. I have one of the Phillies game jerseys from that World Series on my wall.
I just watched a video of the Philly fans throwing snowballs at 49er fans during a game.
Nothing wrong with that. That's different than throwing it at an imposter Santa Claus.
Is that an assault charge, though? I mean, if they would have called security,
sure.
If you hit someone with a snowball, you can go to jail.
I believe so, yes. You can press charges. They'll try to just get them out of the stadium or whatever. But, yeah, I mean, that's a no-no, JoJo.
Can't even throw snowballs at people anymore. What kind of country we live in? Maybe I need a new flag.
Tony's saying that the last championship the Yankees won were against my home team, the Philadelphia Phillies.
The former city known as the Brotherly Love.
What do you mean former?
Are we starting that petition to officially change Clearwater, Florida, to the city of Brotherly Love? Brother. Because everybody's focused, brother. Did you remember when he went on Maury Povich and they did the paternity test and found out that everyone was his brother? Did you know that?
No, everybody wasn't the brother. It's the mother. They were worried about the mother, not the brother.
He went on Springer. He went on Jerry Springer and found out that everyone was his brother.
You're an idiot.
So, of course, it's the city of brotherly love.
Who do you like in the main event?
You know, I was going to go with Kazmat. You know, I just think he's the boogeyman. I mean, although the real boogeyman is in Chicago, Arnold Adams. He's from Chicago.
Let those two fight. Let the two boogeymen fight for you. You always have said that you should fight for your nickname.
Yeah, the real boogeyman. But you know what? I think I did watch a little trailer on Duplessis' training camp, and his coach is incredible. I don't know his name, but his mindset is next level. And he's going to have Duplessis dialed in. Like, he's got the endurance, the gas tank, and he's got multiple disciplines where it's not just wrestling. His coach says, if I was giving out pro status or licenses, I would not get Kazmat a pro status in striking. So that's, you know, I don't know, man. I think this is a much more intriguing fight than I thought it was going to be initially. But I'm going to go with Duplessis. I'm going to say he's going to end still.
This is kind of old school UFC, old school MMA, two different disciplines. You know, obviously, but Dricus says he's going to submit him, so he's willing to go to the ground with him. Will he be able to keep him from taking, him to the ground? It's an intriguing fight. It's a fight that I really don't know. I did say, look at who they both beat. Is Dricus as good as he thinks he is? And who has, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his name. I'd like it better when you butcher it. Who has he beat? He beat Whitaker, and that was a very impressive victory when he beat Whitaker in this last fight.
Well, he crushed Whitaker's jaw.
No, for sure.
The strength that it takes to crush another man's jaw, especially an elite guy like Robert Whitaker.
Absolutely.
It was shocking.
His victory before that was a short notice Kamaru Usman coming up in weight.
Right.
So how much do you put in that? He's, the champ, and he's already the bigger man. Yes, he beat Usman. Usman had already lost, to the English, but what's his name? I can't even remember his name.
Rocky Edwards.
Who?
Rocky Edwards.
Yes. Rocky's not his first name, but Edwards, right?
Well, Rocky is the only name that matters, right?
How about hold the mic closer?
In combat sports, isn't Rocky the only name that matters?
No, the only name with Rocky would be John Rambo.
Okay. DJ Tony said Clearwater can be Hoganville. Don't like it. Not a fan. Maybe Brotherville.
Why?
Brotherhood. Brotherhood. Forget the neighborhood. Forget the hood.
But he's not from Clearwater.
Brotherhood, Florida. That could be Clearwater now. We could name it Brotherhood, Florida.
Wouldn't that really be more Tampa, where he's from?
No. He was
basically Gandy Boulevard.
He was hatched in Tampa, just like you were hatched in Philadelphia. All right, let's go fight card. The first fights start at 6:30, whatever like time zone that is over there.
Yeah, we start
7:30 here for the early prelim.
No. Zero chance of that. It's not starting. You're not going to get 3 fights done in a half an hour.
I'm just telling you what it says on the thing. It says it starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Right.
Is that 2 hours ahead or 1 hour?
They're 1 hour.
So it'd be 7:30 start time for the UFC Fight Pass early prelim. That's what the website says. The UFC website.
It says 6:30 Eastern Standard Time.
No, EDT.
Eastern Daylight Time.
Okay, Eastern
6:30.
Daylight Time.
6:30 on the East.
That's different than Eastern Standard Time. That's a different time zone.
No, it's not.
EDT is not the same as EST.
Let's find out.
All right.
What is EDT time?
It is 6:03 p.m. in the Eastern Time Zone.
Thank you.
EDT and EST. Really?
Eastern Daylight Time, Eastern Standard Time.
That's confusing. Why would they do that?
Because you do that stupid daylight savings time.
So the first fight starts in 25 minutes.
Right.
Okay.
Which would be 5:30 in Chicago. They're an hour behind the Eastern.
Okay. All right. And then going into guess your prelims, your first fight of the night is a women's flyweight bout between Karine Silva versus Diane Barbosa, both Brazilians. So I don't know which country flag you're going to root for.
The American.
Perfect. Then your next fight, Edson Barbosa in the lightweight bout versus Dakar Klaus. So do you care if Klaus wins because you're going to have fight shorts from the fight? Do you want that? Do you need him to win to make more value for those shorts?
They're going to be just as valuable to me either way. I think it's a very cool gesture that he made on the radio show. I would like him to win just because he was on the show. You know, nice guy, sponsored by 8 Man Strong. So that's more important than, you know, the shorts that'll be hanging and displayed at the Pinellas office of Cool Breeze AC.
What are the odds that he sends the shorts? Over, under? You know, because Matt Sarah's like, Randy, I just knocked out GSP. I can't give you my shorts. And he's like, Randy, I just knocked out Edson Barbosa, like a monster of the sport, a veteran. I can't give you the shorts. Like, what happens? What are the odds that he follows through with it?
I'm going to say 95%. Let's look at who else he's beat. Mixed martial arts record. Oh, he beat Yusuf. He beat Billy Q. In Kansas City, performance of the night. You know that he's had his last 3 fights were bonuses.
Wow.
And he had one in Houston as well when he beat Shane Burgos. But his last 3 fights, a decision loss, a decision win, and the knockout of Billy Q. 3 straight bonuses. So the other 2, he said he gave away as well. They were wins. They were bonuses. And we're brothers. Brothers sponsored by 8 Man Strong. Brother.
From Brotherhood, Florida.
Brother.
It's got a good ring to it. Look, we know Philadelphia is never going to let go of the title, City of Brotherly Love, but Brotherhood, Florida, in honor of Hogan, it's a pretty cool. I think it's got legs to it. You know what I'm saying? Looks like 3 people are watching, according to DJ Tony. Ask if people are watching to comment. Says 3 people are watching, Randy, live. So moving on to the next fight, Chase Hooper versus Alexander Hernandez, who did not do the show on Wednesday.
Do you take that personal?
You know, I don't think I take it personal. I just think they don't really understand who you are. Like, if they knew your significance in the UFC and the history and the sport, if they knew what Knockout Radio really was, but because of Ariel Helwani and like the broadcasting of like people like John Morgan and there's other names and like that were backed with big money to become the authority of, you know, interviews and talk shows and whatever. They just don't know. They don't know who you are, what connections you have, what, you know. They wouldn't even be in this position probably if you weren't around back then promoting this. on the airwaves, making it a household name. Did you ever think that it would be a major sport, a $7.7 billion company that just partnered to make live streaming, brought into like American household or global households around the world with kids and wives and families sitting around eating dinner, watching MMA? I mean,
not to this extent. Not to this extent. And I remember I used to always ask Chuck and Randy Couture and Tito, Uriah,
Who?
you know, a lot of those names from back in the day.
Who?
Will it? Can it? What will it be like? You know, will people change? And obviously a lot have. Money changes, status changes, eyes change. And so I miss the old days, but I'm glad that it's as big as it is. Back in the day, nobody cared. You know, I would bring the belt around. I would bring fighters around. Nobody cared. And now more people want to meet fighters than they do football players.
Well, we see it at the UFC, at the Super Bowl every year. You know, when the champs walk by with the belts, every media outlet wants to grab Usman or Brian Bader, or, you know, and just grab them because they're walking through the crowd, as opposed to like Emmitt Smith walking unnoticed and unappreciated. You know what I mean?
I think you're pushing it a little. I think saying that people didn't care when Emmett walked by would be wrong. But the reason, in my opinion, is when I do Radio Row at the Super Bowl, it's all NFL. You know, it's an NFL function. So does it matter Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders? Does it matter Troy Aikman, Tom Brady? You know, but when you have a MMA champion, because, you know, some of the other organizations would have belt holders there as well. And then it was funny that one of the organizations, I won't say which, nobody wanted their champion on, including me. But I found that to be a little funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that people don't really realize going on behind the scenes at every event and every promotion.
How about the big banner behind me?
That's good. Yeah, but the lighting's wrong. Got to get that light off to the side. Your light's got to be on the other side of the camera, so it lights up, makes it brighter. Not now. You do that off the air, Randy. Got to build your setup, man.
Oh,
you do that stuff off air. You know what I mean? Like, what do you do?
No, I figured that's something you would do, so I did it.
What would I do?
I'm going to start putting the Cool Breeze studio together tomorrow.
Okay. Who's going to help you with it?
My best friend.
And that is?
Me.
Okay. Oh, finally. Are you going to bring like stuff from the vault? You're going to bring out some classic UFC memorabilia, stuff people have never seen before, maybe stuff to have a conversation piece about, like a little show and tell?
Probably not.
Come on, man. Just show and tell.
Probably not.
Why would
I am going to bring the belt. The belt's
like,
going to be displayed there.
You have an actual UFC belt?
No, I have a Knockout Radio belt. I have a UFC belt as well, but I'm bringing the Knockout Radio belt.
Whose belt was it?
It's really none of your business.
Well, it kind of is. You're not going to tell me who the belt was from?
Tony says I have to get some. See, the problem is I don't know how to get those posters up. You know, it's a concrete wall, and then I don't even know what the other wall is, the wall behind me.
You get the two-sided sticky tape. Just put, you know, like protect the poster, put it in a frame, and then just stick.
Well, I got them in frames.
Well, yeah, just take the two, double-sided tape, slap it onto the concrete wall.
Which fight poster should I display there? I mean, I could rotate them like I do at my house, but that's kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. I mean, everyone's going to have a historical value, right?
What do you think they're going to sell the White House fight signed by card fight poster?
How are they going to sell it?
Well, they always sell them. The fighters get one, and then they sell off X amount.
I mean, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know.
Because
I
it's
mean,
going
does
to
it
have the
add more
White House.
value?
Oh, absolutely. Because it's going to have the White House behind it. Yeah, for sure. You know,
Does the
it's
White
going to be
House
bigger. It's going to be a stacked card, so that's going to be more valuable. You know,
Do they
it'll
have
be
to
a lot of.
change the name? I mean, the White House, is that offensive to people in today's current age?
I don't
Are we allowed
care.
to have are we allowed to have a White House in today's government?
Well, seeing that it's going to be at the White House.
Were you at this fight, Randy? Do you remember where you were? UFC 189, July 11th pay-per-view.
Las
That's
Vegas?
going away. Apparently is going away.
Was that the one in Las
Live at
Vegas?
the MGM Grand, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Chad Mendez, the interim featherweight championship. Are you still anti-interim champions?
Yeah.
For the fans out there, tell everybody what that means.
It means fake title. It means.
And why do they do that? Why do they even have a interim title available? Why wouldn't it just be a vacant
just
spot?
to make it more interesting, just to make it more appeasing. That other fight, the one that you put that poster up, you know, there's not many things that I remember.
Okay.
I can't tell you many of the fights. I can't tell you probably 99.9% of the stuff I've been to and seen, but I'm pretty sure this was one of the greatest walkouts in the history of the UFC.
And whose walkout was the best?
Well, obviously Connor's. I don't remember who played Chad coming out. You know, there was a musician, I believe it was a country singer, that sang. And then this podium rose. And I think Connor came out first. I'm almost sure he did, because the interim title, I guess, was on the line. So when Connor came out, this podium rose from the ground, and it was Sinead O'Connor singing.
Oh.
And it was quite memorable.
You know, Sinead O'Connor, I remember that fight. I thought it was Rose Namajunas coming up from the ground.
You're such an idiot.
Why? What did I do? What did I do? I thought it was Rose, and she was like getting ready to go in there and scrap. I thought it was a tag team event. But yeah, Robbie Lawler on the poster, McDonald on the poster. So
I don't know how we tell, you know, who's listening, how many people are listening, but if you're listening, jump into the chat room. All you got to do is jump in there, let me know you're there, and then I'll put you on the list. You'll be registered to win a King of Violence either hat or shirt, and maybe you can do just like John Gruden, open some of those boxes wearing the hat.
Yeah, but I think you got to get these posters up, and you know, just like we're bringing it on the screen now for, you know, this was actually for sale on Facebook Marketplace for $20 in St. Petersburg, Florida. It's a 14-inch by 20-inch frame poster.
All right, so that's really not the poster.
What?
You know, the posters obviously are much bigger. You know, they have these little flyers. That's what that really is. I mean, yeah, it could be a poster, but it's a flyer more per se.
That's a flyer, yeah. Yeah, because the size is way too small. But yeah, it's cool to see like memorabilia from, you know, Marketplace. Actually, here's a cool one. I'm gonna share this one. Check this out, Randy. You'll like this.
I'll be the judge.
It's old school right here.
My dad, by the way, was tossing and turning in his grave as I was watching the Little League World Series. Australia played, I don't know, some other country. Bases loaded. The team at bat is losing by 3 runs, and a player gets picked off of second base.
Okay. That's not fun. Check this out. Dan Severin, some Vincent Henderson, WEC gloves, some Pride organization. So, you know, a lot of the current UFC fans, the ones that, you know, added value to the $7.7 billion deal, They probably don't even know what the WEC or Pride were.
Or the IFL.
But do you think today's common fan knows Dan Severn?
Honestly, no.
Vincent Henderson without the legendary fight with Anthony Pettis? Like, is he even a known fighter?
Is that sad that you think that's what makes Vincent Henderson known and he's the one that got knocked out? He's known because he took a very famous Bo Jackson run up the cage, kind of like Bo Jackson did in left center field when he played for the Royals, and knocked Vincent Henderson out. And that's what he's most famous for.
It's what people know him for.
Sad day. The Nationals beat the Phillies 2-0.
Why are we talking about baseball on an MMA podcast? Let's go back.
Well, because I got ESPN on. I got the 4-letter useless network on.
Let's go back to the fight camp. So women's strawweight bout. Number 5, Jessica Andrade, who actually beat Rose Namajunas by picking her up and dropping her on her head, taking her title away from her first time, versus Lupi Godinez, something like that. Mexico versus Brazil, Randy. Who do you got?
You got to look at more than just the name. I mean, what's their record? So Lupi is 13-5. Let's look at.
It doesn't matter the record.
Well, it does matter.
I mean,
She beat our. She beat Baby Shark. So who you taking?
You gotta go with the former champ. Andrade. She's got the mindset. She's been to the top of the promised land. I think she gets it done. I think she gets it done tonight.
I agree.
Your middleweight bout, Gerard Meerschaert, not too far from Chicago. He used to call Milwaukee home.
And now he calls South Florida home.
Yeah, but he's still got a big fan base up there. He's going to have like a hometown crowd. So Meerschaert going back, fighting against the Polish. Oh, God. Oleg Kisizhaz or Mikhail. I'm going to go with Meerschaert. I'm going to go with Mo over Meerschaert.
I'm going to take Gerald.
All right. That's a loyalty play, right?
No, not really. I look at a lot of things. I try to block out whether I know them, whether they've been on the show, whether they blew off the show and I want them to lose, all that kind of stuff. I try not to think of anything.
Shots fired, Alexander Hernandez. Shots fired. I mean, look, I hope he doesn't go out there and lose because I'm going to be like, bro. But there is a Randy rub. I mean, there are statistics that people keep that show if you blow off Knockout Radio, there is a higher percentage of you going out and getting knocked out on Saturday night. I'm just saying, like week in and week out, the ones that don't take it serious, that don't do it or don't call back or don't show up or it's not a good ratio for win-loss records when you blow off the OG of the UFC. I'm just saying.
Well, I think you're putting way too much on it, but okay. I mean, I hope it works.
I got a little Chuck Liddell voodoo doll here. We'll rub his mohawk and put a little spell.
I got something to show you.
All right.
I'm going to go to the vault right now.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go to the vault. I'm going to go to the vault.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys. We're live. This is the new StreamYard platform. Randy and I, thanks to DJ Tony, Roscoe Elite, are bringing Knockout Radio more access, more videos like this. We can do our show from my home studio. Randy can do it from his home studio. And then we're together traveling, working events, on site. We'll have more footage, more content, more interviews. But things like this are going to be really exciting to build the Knockout Radio brand to the digital age.
Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna whip something out.
All right.
It was a couple years
It's
ago.
not OnlyFans. You can't whip it out on camera. Like the different. That's a different link.
Yeah, but it's YouTube, so you can whip it out if you choose.
Not on YouTube.
So this was a Christmas gift from the UFC.
Okay.
They gave this to a few, limited, I don't know how many, and it just shows you when they have a fighter that they want to get behind and they want to get the push. And I remember, and I talk about Marcus Jones a great deal. The UFC and Dana White wanted Marcus Jones badly to be a good MMA fighter. He was on the Ultimate Fighter. He fought at UFC 100, blah, 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 blah. So there was a big push because it was Marcus.
What is that? Ben Askren?
It's Chase Hopper.
Chase Hopper.
These are Chase Hopper M&Ms. With his mug, if you can see him, probably not, but
is it Chase Hopper or Hooper?
It's Hoop. Did I say Hop? Yeah. I always do that. It's Hooper.
Yeah, it's Hooper. That's 2 O's.
But he hopped over here with the M&Ms.
I mean, the greatest Hooper in Chicago of all time is obviously
Dennis Rodman. Obviously, it's Dennis Rodman. I saw a little kid he was at an autograph signing of Dennis Rodman, and he went up to him and he said, "Would you please sign on the one?" And he starts signing it, and this little kid goes, I want to be you when I grow up. And Rodman laughed. He goes, "I hope not."
He had a good life. Your main event on the prelim card, it's a Russian fighter versus an American. Surkov. Man, I can't even attempt. How do you say his first name? Baisangur.
You're the one that uses AI and roommate and lover and all that stuff you use.
Suckervov, Succotash, sauerkraut, whatever. I'm going to go with Eric Nolan. Eric Nolan for the win. American, plus I can say it. And then moving on to your main event, your main card starts at
10 o'clock Eastern.
10 o'clock Eastern time.
8 o'clock Chicago time. 6 o'clock Vegas time.
First fight of the night, flyweight bout. Number 11.
No, it's not 6. It'd be 7. Hold on. It'd be 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock in Vegas. It's 10 o'clock East. And it's 9 o'clock in Chicago.
And
if you're jumping in just now, jump into the chat room. All you got to do is just get in there so I see you, and then you'll register to win some swag from Chuck Liddell's King of Violence. Go ahead. God, talk about Tim Elliott.
Tim Elliott taking on Kai Asakura. United States versus Japan. Did we already have this war before? Did we have like a Pearl Harbor kind of thing go down with Japan before?
Why you bring that up? It's not Kai's fault.
I'm just saying, like America versus Japan, I'd go with America.
America.
But in the fight, who are you taking? You got number 11 versus number 15.
I'll take whoever you don't. How's that?
I'm gonna go with Tim Elliott because he did the show, and there's a good luck charm when you come and do Knockout Radio. So let's go Tim Elliott for the win.
Both of the UFC fighters that were on, I said we would send, and they've already been shipped their fantasy pet. So hopefully it'll be there by the time they get home.
Now your next fight, the middleweight bout. This is a banger right here. This is number 9, Jared Cannonier versus Michael Page, MVP. This is a big fight. I don't know. It's a coin flip. I think this was a coin flip. I don't really know who's going to win this one.
All right, so I'll go this time, and I'll go with Page.
Yeah, you think Page got it?
I do. Typically, and I've always said I go with the UFC and the UFC vet over a vet coming from another organization. But, I think Page has kind of set the page. He's turned the page.
Well,
and that's I think that's what I'm leaning towards.
And
Cannonier's done the show before, so he has some of the Knockout Radio rub.
Yeah. And then you've got your next fight, your welterweight bout, Jeff Neal versus Carlos Pratas. Number 11 versus number 12, pretty evenly matched as far as the rankings go. Are we still putting value in the UFC rankings today?
I don't. The whole object of the rankings really was just so that the casual fan, when they would see the little scroll on the bottom of the 4-letter network, the third ranked fighter. It's just the media that does this. Is it any different than just when the organization does it? When the WWE or the UFC just puts somebody in the Hall of Fame, it's just that they're making that decision. These are just, I don't even know, a handful of MMA media. I don't even know who they are, to be honest. A lot of the MMA media has told me they don't want to do it. So I remember back when I did it, there was like a Brazilian media person who had like the 112th ranked Brazilian fighter ranked 3.
Right. Well, they're always going to play a little favoritism, right? I mean, if it's your guy, you got to like hype him up, right? I mean, that's just human nature. You always put your own people on first.
No, for sure. And that's why you got to be careful. And we've talked about it. And I remember telling the story about Kenny Florian, and he would give me a hard time because I don't like picking fights. And I told him why. And then he would always harass me and always get on me. And then when he went and became media, he's like, yeah, I get it now.
You see, look what I did with my little fancy learn how to do stuff. Look at that, Randy. Come on. That's pretty good.
No, it's good. It's good.
All right, your next fight, your featherweight bout. Leron Murphy versus Aaron Pico. England versus the United States. That didn't go well in the Revolutionary War, right? You guys won that. You guys won that for us. You were stationed in Boston for a period of time in your military career. So, you want to talk about the Redcoats? Want to talk about
They pissed me off. They pissed me off when they came to town.
They were taxing your Diet Coke. They're taxing the aspartame coming over from Europe.
So who are you taking?
I gotta go with. I'll go with Murphy. I'll go with Murphy. You know what? Pico. I'm gonna go Pico. Isn't he with Jackson Wink? Isn't he out in Albuquerque?
I believe he was. I don't know if he still is. But you're going with Pico.
Yeah, that kid's a stud.
Okay, I'm going with Murphy.
That sounds legit.
Well, and here's the reason, and this is the reason, and this is what I've said all along. The couple times I went against my theory, I have been burned when I go with a non-UFC vet fighting a UFC vet. Aaron Pico, a huge acquisition, a stud in Bellator. Then I believe he went to PFL. But now I believe this is his first fight in the UFC. Okay? Legit fighter, legit wrestler. But Murphy, look at who he's beat.
I've already passed. Yeah, go ahead.
No. Josh Emmett, Dan Ige, Edson Barbosa. That's his last 3 fights. So that's who I'm going with.
Okay. Oh, so look, so we're live, but we'll use this as training for us. But I can go up here to so on my tab, I can actually bring up, fight like the UFC fight page, and then I can actually, scroll up, and it should move automatically. Are you seeing this live?
We're seeing it live.
Okay. So this is your main fight of the night. This is Duplessis versus Chimaev. 14-0 versus 23-2. Both are on a win streak. 183 pounds for Kazmat, came in 2 pounds under the limit. So your thoughts on the main event?
I like it. You know, like I said, anytime I don't know, doesn't mean I'm right. But anytime I can't say, yep, this is who's going to win, whether he wins or not, whether she wins or not, to me, that's a fight that I'm intrigued and I can't wait to watch. So
Yeah.
I am excited about it. I hope to still be awake for it. I can't promise anything. Trying to get my TV on.
So look at the podcast here. How do we get on the UFC podcast list here? Look, you see this, Randy?
Maybe
so
have
off the
podcast.
website. Well, that's what we're doing. We are a podcast right now. We are now in the digital age, so we need to get us as an outlet on here. Time for you to start cashing in some of your favors, Randy. Before the UFC goes to Paramount and before you have no more connections at the UFC, because every time it merges, things get reordered at the top and reshuffled at the top and things change. And UFC collectibles, let's go in the UFC collectible list. Look at there you go. Your name on the canvas, Randy. UFC 321.
Grossman's done it.
Yep. President of the Knockout Randy Regime fan club. Look at the memorabilia. UFC belts, posters. I wonder let's see how far back the posters go, Randy. Like, do you have any of these in your vault?
I'd really rather not talk about what I have.
Well, just tell me if any of these posters look familiar.
Yes, they all do.
Emmett Mrs. Murphy, Edwards versus Brady. Let's see. These are all pretty recent. I wonder how far back they'll go. Let's keep going. Keep going. Oh, UFC 300. You have that poster, don't you?
I do. How far back does it go? What's the oldest one they have?
I'm scrolling through right now. There's 6 pages of posters, so I'm trying to get to page 6, last poster. Ooh, Henderson. We're getting back there. Some names that you don't hear often. So the oldest poster on here looks like it's the Ultimate Fighter Team GSP versus Koscheck finale, December 4th. I don't see what year this is. December season 12. Let's see. Bonner versus Horagja, Maya versus Grove. Let's see. I don't see. It doesn't say like what year, but it was at the Palms. It's on Spike TV. Shout out Mike Straka. So it looks like the oldest one right here. Let's go back to the page before. And then starting at the bottom, you've got WEC 29 signed poster. A Strike Force Challengers poster. UFC Fight Night. You see any of these? Faber versus Simon. UFC on FX. That's Travis Brown versus Bigfoot Silva. On there's a WEC Cerrone versus Ratcliffe. Yeah, WEC UFC Henderson versus Thatch. UFC Fight Night Henderson versus Dos Santos. It's wild that they never put the year on there, because like they would just put the month that, or Saturday, August 23rd, but it doesn't say what year.
Some of them do. Well, maybe not. I'm looking at a UFC 40 something, 30 something. Worlds Collide. Josh Barnett, Randy Couture.
Shout out Worlds Collide DJ, my boy Brandon, resident DJ of Hogan's Gift Shop, Hogan's karaoke night. I was there at the tribute to Hulk Hogan, DJing tonight in Sefner at a Y2K party. I put the flyer on my Facebook page at Street Nat Matt. So go out and support your local people, out hustling, grinding, entertaining the people, the masses. Tough 17, Team Jones versus Sonnen. Ooh, Matt Hamill versus Jardine poster. Team Ortiz versus Team Liddell. Tough 11 event poster. That's a cool one. Only $99. That's a nice poster. You see it? Let's see if it's signed. Yeah, it's autographed. Look at that. Everyone on the cast. Let's see. Does it say the names of who all's on there? Let's see. Doesn't say. Well, let's just take a look at the picture. Randy, you recognize any of these fighters in the picture there?
It's so small I can't see it.
Yeah, it's hard to see. That's a cool poster. The Matt Hamill, Jardine. The Tough 11, June 19th. Huh?
Tough 11?
Tough 11. That was on my birthday. June 19th. I don't know what year it was, but it's.
You don't know what year it was of your birthday?
Oh, no, Tough 11. Oh, it says the finale was June 19th, 2010. It saw Court McGee take home the championship title with a submission win. And Chuck Liddell was the coach against
Here we go.
Team Ortiz versus Team Liddell.
Let's see if I can get who was. Here's the finale. UFC the June 11th fight card.
I'm surprised we don't see Jeremy Stevens anywhere near because recent news, he's agreed to fight Mike Perry, the platinum one, in the BKFC. Mr. Who the fuck is this guy? Are you excited about that matchup? Is that the matchup the fans want to see in the BKFC, Randy?
No, I think the fans want to see him against Mundell.
Yeah. See who the best fighter in the division is, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Jeremy Stevens is no disrespect, older, yesterday's news, still a badass, but, and I get Mike not wanting to fight him, but that's the fight everybody wants to see.
All right, Randy. So see this picture right here? You see Derek Lewis, the Black Beast?
Yep.
If they don't put the Black Beast on the White House fight card, they're missing a golden opportunity to have two Black Beasts in the same parking lot, because the Black Motorcade, the Black Beast, and the real Black Beast, Derek Lewis, you got to have Derek on that card.
Did you see what the president of the United States just did?
He did something in Russia against another Russian fighter, right? Putin?
No. He did something in Alaska with Putin.
Yeah. What did he do?
So they're walking somewhere. I don't know where it is. And like a bomber and some jets and some powerhouse fly over them in Alaska.
Oh, that's right.
That's a
power move.
That is.
Power move. Yeah.
It was just crazy.
Would have been crazy if he would have had like the
drop bombs,
the B-52, like come out and sing a song, like that'd be his walkout to like meet Putin. Like,
yeah, that'd be cool.
As the bombers flying overhead, he's got the B-52 singing. Like what was that? What, didn't they have a famous song? The Love Shack.
Yeah,
wasn't that the Love Shack?
Yeah,
that would have been a boss move.
I don't know.
Oh man. But yeah, let's get these posted up. Oh, I got a comment. Good job, Matt, from our chat comment room. So looks like I'm doing a good job. I haven't seen any compliments for you, Randy, yet, but I'm sure you'll get one.
Don't believe everything you read.
Just saying, I'm just going by the fans. I can't. It's not me.
Yeah, I like how the person waited. So he purposely waited until the check cleared, before he said anything good.
I mean, that's just a smart move on his behalf. We don't have dumb fans, Randy.
No.
But you know what we do have? We have old fans. Like in this sport, the guys that put this thing on the map, there's 32 years since the first UFC fight in Denver, Colorado. And the people that were fighting for it and building it and supporting it and promoting it are well into their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And their bodies are breaking down. So we gotta make sure we keep them healthy and keep them getting better with age, man. Because they sacrificed a lot for the career to build this sport, and so that's what people don't realize. Like the sport, just the UFC brand is 32 years old. Does it seem like 32 years, Randy?
No. And on the same
Crazy.
line, it seems like forever ago, and it seems like yesterday.
It's funny how time is remembered like that, right? How you store time.
Honestly, it was a lifetime ago that I was in the military. I really don't remember much about it, and it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
It's almost time to go watch some fights.
Well, the first one should be on right now, right? The early prelim.
Yeah.
I don't have a TV in my studio. I gotta put one on.
Yeah, I'm going to buy one for the new studio.
Are you?
Yeah. All the ones that I had that I was going to use, they're not smart TVs.
Hmm.
And I'm not smart. So I put the two together and, we need to figure it out.
Tony just put the first fight is about to start.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, me either.
My TV's not working.
Well, the prelim's free on any of the streaming platforms right now?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Wonder if I can get it. What's your preferred method of watching the fights, Randy?
ESPN Plus. And it's been awful. I can't wait for Paramount.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel the same way. Now, I won't say the name of the pizzeria that I worked at last night.
Well, that would be good because after seeing your video, it would make people not want to go.
Why? I got 3,500 views on that video. 3,600.
No,
I did. I did. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Are you serious?
Yeah, because it shows the number on your Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. Here, look.
What's your name again? And I'll look it up.
Here, look, Randy. Look, 3,040 views on Instagram. 3,040. Total views 3,669. Instagram 3,040. Facebook 629. Total watch time 5 hours, 33 minutes, and 5 seconds. 35 interactions. 70% real tab, explore 18.8%, feed 9.8%, profile 0.7, accounts reached 2,611. Yeah. 92% men, 7.9% women. Ladies, where you at? Like what? How come it's all men on my channel? What the fuck is going on?
Because men like you and you like men.
No. But
Don't
here's the
hide
thing.
from it. Don't hide from it. It's okay.
I'm not listen, but here's the thing about the UFC. So my boy is a huge fan. He's more qualified to talk about the sport than I am. He knows more people than I do. He's a fan. He's a fanatic, right, about UFC. And I said, hey, what about the streaming deal? Would it prompt you to open up later on Saturday nights, to bring a crowd, to make this a watch party destination, to bring back that nostalgia of going to like the local bar or the local wing house or Hooters and really
Can I answer
pumping it back up?
Can I answer what he said?
Go ahead.
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
Right, because they don't make money. The bars and restaurants don't make money at these things. You know, people come in, they sit at the booth, they get a pitcher of water and 10 wings, and they sit there for 9 hours.
But it's more of people, not a big fan.
Well, no,
No.
it's they don't make money.
I mean, but if you're passionate about it, if you wanted to do it just because you wanted to create that vibe, be around fellow fight fans and watch the fights at the same time. When was the last time someone invited you over to watch the fights because they order the pay-per-view to do like a guy's night out?
All the time.
Really?
The same person all the time, and I've never shown up.
Why don't you go tonight?
I expect to be asleep soon.
I'm just saying, if you go, like I'm going to go tonight. I'm playing some poker, 8 o'clock start time, first buy-in. They're getting the fight, so I'll have the fights on tonight. But this is what we used to do back in the day. This is what a guy's night out was. Like, this is how we like spend our time, you know? Don't you miss these days? The fellowship, the brotherhood.
It was fun when I would do the watch parties at Hooters, and it was cool. But I just as soon sit right here or in the studio that I'm building, or sitting in the arena. You know, I was going to go to this card in Chicago. That was the plan all along. But due to personal reasons, I did not go.
We got to get our sponsorships up. We'll then we can start traveling more, start going to more of these events, getting the on-site interviews and do the crowd engagements and the interactions. It'll be good with this platform.
And when you say you need to get them up, you're meaning you need to get one, because then that would be up.
Well, yeah, I mean one at a time, one at a time. So I got a new sponsor coming my way this week. So we'll see if it turns into something. They sent me some product to try. If I like it and I like the results, then I can talk about sponsorship dollars and to be a part of the show and, grow and build the brand. So, I got to believe in the product before I can promote it, which I see a lot of athletes just taking whatever because of the deal. There's probably stuff they don't even talk. They don't even take the supplements. They don't even use the companies. They have, prescription, whatever. They have different suppliers, but because of the money and because they're getting paid to endorse, they promote things that they probably don't even use personally. So I want to make sure that everything I do is authentic and genuine, and I actually believe in it.
I think that's a smart idea.
Like this, check. This is my, I know you can see, Hydrostat, my boy Numi. It's an intraglutathione antioxidant that I take. It's an oral mouthwash. You swish it 30 seconds, swallow it. And been doing it like 6 weeks, man. I feel good.
It's changed my life.
Do I look more youthful? Come on, I'm 50 years old. Do I look like
if you're on the stream right now, jump into the chat room. And we'll register you to win some Chuck Liddell King of Violence gear. We welcome you in. If you get part of the show, if you become part of the show, it'll help me because it'll be less I have to listen to Matt.
That hurts.
Does the truth hurt? Or would it just be
Randy.
Constructive criticism?
Take a listen. Take a listen to this, Randy. Gladiators, just wanted to shout out a friend of mine, Kevin Spooner, over at Hydrostat. The product is made by a company called Numi. It is a intracellular glutathione delivery system. oral mouthwash where you swish it 30 seconds. The blue is the original formula. The yellow, which I'll upload now, is caffeine version to give you a little kickstart for your day. And then he sent me some of the Prima Skin topical mist to keep the skin hydrated and looking youthful. But great product, great company. Fuel your cells. And if you want to reach out to Kevin yourself, you could do so. KKSpooner84@gmail.com. Tell him that Matt sent you. He'll thank me later. And that's how we can grow our sponsorships. We can run ads in the middle of the show live. And that's how we're going to build this thing, Randy. We got to monetize our content because compared to the other platforms out there, man, there's not many that can do what we do. And you've got the history and the credentials, and I've got, the biohacking and the longevity. So the past and the future at the same time is Knockout Radio Podcast. But when a sponsor's ad comes on, you can't turn off and start watching TV like you just did. You got to stay engaged.
Well, we didn't have a sponsor yet.
I know, but we will, because I could take this footage and send it over to them and say, look, this is what we can get you on our subscriptions, our global reach, our 70,000 fans that are subscribed, and our 70 million views that have been seen, and
71 million.
71 million. There it is. I stand corrected. So, but that's how we're going to build, Randy. That's how we're going to build.
All right. Well, we got a little bit of interaction tonight. It was a good start.
Yeah.
And
all right, I got to get ready to go throw some chips in the pot and watch some fights and do a recap. We'll do maybe a recap in the morning, kind of fill in what happened tonight.
Sounds good. I want to thank everybody who's still online right now. I may pop back in a little bit, and Matt will go out and lose some money that he doesn't have. So it's always
Can I borrow $20, Randy? Can I borrow $20?
It would cost you more in gas to come get it.
Send it to me on the Cash App, Zelle, Venmo.
How do I?
Currency is changing what it used to mean. It's not dirty paper anymore. It's all digital. Just clicking buttons.
I want to go get ready to watch my shorts fight.
All right. Good luck with that. And this is a great test run. We will keep building and expanding and growing, and it's going to be fun. I got to reach out to this company this week, Randy. I found this at the liquor store the other day. It's called Knuckle Buster Cigars. So I'm going to reach out to them, see if they want to sponsor the show next, and put this thing on the map. The map tonight, Chicago is where the map is focused. UFC 319.